Holographic. So what do you mean by holographic?
Well, it's three-dimensional. It's like a holographic cinema. You know, like when we go to the cinema, we just see like a two-dimensional screen. We're three-dimensional. We just see it in two dimensions, unless we got special 3D cinema. But this is holographic. See, we are actually a projector. We're a projector and receiver. We pick up these signals like, this is like quantum physics, really. You've got like the wave of endless possibilities, right? Where it's all protons and neutrons all floating about, and our brains just pick up on it. We don't see things, we just take in these signals, and the brains tell us we are seeing it, right? But what we see is we're looking through our eyes at a holographic cinema, meaning it's just three-dimensional, basically, and we see it all the time, and we see what we want to see. I recently made a video about a way to demonstrate this, and all you do, you get some glitter and tip it in the bath and stir it up so the glitter's just floating around willy-nilly in the bath, and then you pull the plug out, and then you see, as the vortex starts, as it begins to go down the plug hole, you'll see a glitter tornado, right? So you've gone from just stuff floating about to actually seeing something to look at. And that's very similar to how our minds work. We pull in the images around us, and from our memories of the past, we piece together an image which is just constant and ongoing, you see. I mean, we all see the same thing, right, but we've all got our own ideas about what's going on in it, that's our own lives. That's what I mean by holographic. You see, okay. It's actually not real. It's an illusion.
And with the course itself being holographic, that means that we can dive in any section of the course and get the whole. That if we got one thing, if we understood one lesson, one meaningful sentence or paragraph, we would understand the complete picture?
Well, I'm not a body, I am free. I'm still as God created me, pretty much sums it up. Because I'm not, the body is just purely a product of the mind. Stephen Dean is a mind and a body. I, as with everybody else, am the supreme being, the awareness behind it all. As Nisargadatta says, it's like you've got the body, which isn't us, and the mind, which leans towards looking after the body. But it's actually the awareness behind the mind that's receiving the story that we're understanding. You see, right. Once you stop the mind, then you get to your awareness. That's what meditation's all about. That's when you go to these these yogis, they just sit there up in those retreats in Tibet and all that, excuse me, just meditating, but all they're doing is emptying their minds so they can get to the awareness. And once they're in the awareness, they're there. Oh no, when they're truly awoken and realise that they are the awareness, That's what I'm saying there.
In the cosmology of the course, would we say that how would we liken that to what Nisargadatta is saying? That we reside as I am, right?
That's right. And the course actually teaches that. What it was, I started the course in 2010 and I started teaching it in 2015, right? And I come across I Am That, Nisargadatta, just a couple of years ago, and I realised to me it's a follow-on from the course, because after taking years to master the course, Nisargadatta's I Am That is really easy to understand, right. And he has a great way of explaining things. And I've used them in some as examples of his teaching in my videos. Like one of my favourite ones is his one about experience, where he says you've got the experiencer, the experiencing, and the experienced or experience. Now, you can't have the experiencer or the experience without the experiencing. So really, they're just extensions of experiencing. There's only experiencing. Within the experiencing, there's the experiencer and the experienced. They can't be without the experiencing. So actually, all there is experiencing, as in all there is dreaming. We're just experiencing. The experiencer doesn't actually exist, and neither does the experience. It's just the experiencing. Like in your dreams at night, you just dream. It doesn't really exist. But while you're dreaming, it seems real, and you take it to be real. It's just like this. It's just the same thing. Excuse me. It's the same thing, really. We think this is real, but when we awaken, we realise it's not. But it's not in it's real in the sense of like the illusion is real in here, so to speak, but true reality is the oneness of God. And we're in the opposing existence of that, opposing idea. Really, this whole idea is just an idea in the mind of God. Right? Say, for instance, like, what would the opposite of me be like? Total separation. That's the opposite. And he immediately realised straight away that it doesn't work. But for us, aspects of him exploring this notion, we're in it for millennia because we're the ones having to find out exactly how this dream doesn't work. For him, it's over in a flash, but for us, it's ongoing. And we don't remember who we are, because if we remembered who we are, we wouldn't experience the dream. You see, we're experiencers, but it's down to us to snap out of it if we can. You see, an interesting thing about going back to the holographic thing is that in order to create this dream of separation, we've got to have space. All space is a device to demonstrate that everything is separated and viewable as individual items. And what comes with this separation, this space, is time. It's a byproduct, because it takes time to cross any measure of space. Even the neutrons, electrons whizzing around the electrons whizzing around the neutron in an atom are constantly moving. This is a world of motion as opposed to the stillness of God. You see, it's just that's why people start to ponder like on the idea: how can there be no time in space? Well, there's no time in space because there's not time. How can there be no time in the oneness of God? There's no time in the oneness of God because there's no space. Nothing is separated. To have time, you've got to have something to travel between distances. There's no distances there. It's just oneness. You see, and we're just in the opposing idea.